Hi everyone, today I am excited to share with you a look inspired by the Myth of Narcissus. Let's dive into the story of Narcissus and get our spring makeup look done. He was the son of the river god Cephissus and the nymph Liriope, and was known for his astonishing beauty. However, his vanity led to his downfall as he rejected the love of the love-struck nymph Echo. Echo, the nymph who fell in love with Narcissus, was cursed by the goddess Hera, leaving her only able to repeat the words of others, which made it impossible for her to express her love for Narcissus. Nemesis, the goddess of divine retribution, who decided to punish Narcissus for his vanity and heartlessness, made him fall in love with his own reflection in a pool of water, where he stayed unable to leave the sight of his own beauty. As Narcissus wasted away by the water edge, a delicate and beautiful flower emerged, where he died, the wild daffodil forever connecting his name with the stunning spring bloom. So let's start with putting our hair back. And I'm going to use the little bubbles that came in one of the boxes. The tale of Narcissus is a cautionary tale about vanity and the dangers of self-absorption. And the irony does not escape me that we are doing a makeover, but that's okay because we're really inspiring this look on the daffodil, which symbolizes rebirth and the arrival of spring. We need to start with a fresh face, and my skin has been very congested, especially my T-zone is breaking out horribly. And the first product that I will use is Figs and Rouge Clarity. I find that this product is amazing at clearing you out. It's so beautiful. It has like a little luminescence in it, and you're supposed to apply maybe 5 drops, but I only do 2 to your T-zone. And what it does is it exfoliates it. Smells almost like figs, nothing overpowering. And I do like to put it here too. And when you first put it on, I don't need it so much on my forehead, even though I have dry patches there. We'll solve that in a minute. I do recommend this product. I find that it calms my skin down too. So we're getting our skin like in the nice prime perfect situation, because what I want to do is make this a very natural look. I want it to be supernatural and glowing and dewy, and I want it to remind us of a beautiful clear calm lake with daffodils growing around it, iridescent daffodils. So remembering that at my age I have fine lines, I also want to make sure I am nice and hydrated so that we can have a nice canvas to start with. And doubling up on that, I'm also going to use is from the UK. This product is about 50 pounds, and it has hyaluronic acid and neroli, which has this lovely floral aroma. Orange blossom, it just reminds me of daffodils with the yellow and orange flowers of the neroli and the orange essential oil. It has a calming effect. It will reduce some of the redness, we hope. You're supposed to use this after you put your moisturizer on. My face doesn't need moisturizing right now. It feels really good. But one of the products that came in the box is amazing. Look it up, you guys. It's called Grown Alchemist Age Repair Intensive Moisturizer. This thing is so creamy, thick. And actually, when I put it on, I put on my lips as well and my dry areas right here. You just apply this. I love the way it smells. It's so refreshing, and it just reminds me of daffodils, but not the scent of daffodils, but the colors of daffodils. Beautiful. So I'm just gonna let that settle. I'm not using foundation today. I just want that glowy look. Anyway, because it's daytime, I'm gonna use sunscreen, and I'm using these two products together because one has color in it and one has super strong broad spectrum SPF of 70. And I have problems with my skin, so every little exposure really brings out the darkness. So I am using this today and no foundation because this has some color in it, and I want my skin to show through even though it has spots. I just want the natural look. If you're doing this at night, so or evening where you're not going to be exposed to the sun, I would use this by Terry combo. So hope that helps. I will list all the products down below so that you can find them if they're available. And I'm just gonna go over my skin just to protect it against the sun. And if I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, I will put something else on. But right now, let's let it soak in. Originally, I was going to use the Rare Beauty 280N, but unfortunately, it just turned my skin orange, so I won't be using that. I might have to mix it with other things. You need 15 minutes for it to soak in. I do already know, though, that it's a little too white, so I do want a little bit more color. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the by Terry. Look at this. It's super dark, but I'm gonna mix it a little bit with the lighter color. And this is a beauty product, so it's not really for coverage. It's mostly like a BB cream. But this is gonna make my skin really nice and dark and glowy. I love this combination. But either way, if you had to decide just to go with your sunscreen and a little bit of sunscreen color, that would have been beautiful too. So there you go. This is your beautiful skin ready to go. I think most of these products that I have used so far are from England. I will go ahead and put a little bit of the Merit concealer that can also be used as foundation. This is very thick, you guys. I think it's thicker than I really would want it to be because it is heavy. Look at that. But I'll try to cover like red patches, and the idea is I want to get the eyes. I'm going to focus on the eyes today and take some of this redness right here. Merit came with this cute little brush. I'm just gonna blend it. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyelids as well because I wanted to make sure that whatever I put on my eyes stay. Because I'm trying to use the products from the boxes that I got, I'll be using powder eyeshadow, but this would be a beautiful look to use creamy shadows because the creamy shadows would keep that glow going. So for my cheeks, actually you could have used the tint, this tint stain. You could have used that for your lips and cheeks, but I don't want red. I want the look to be more in the whites and yellows. So I'm gonna use this Dewy Highlight as a cheek product, and later on if I feel like I need more, I'll put a little bit of the stain in. So I'm really gonna see it has a little tiny little amount of color, and I'm just gonna keep doing this. If you have, this smells chocolatey. If you have really oily skin, you probably will not appreciate this look. But for people with super dry skin, this feels so good. For our lips, let's choose a soft natural shade that complements our daffodil inspired eye look. Belle on Argent. Don't know what that means. but it has a very muted brownish peachy color, if you can see that. Going for daffodils, people. Much like the enchanting gaze of Narcissus, I'm going to focus on my eyes. The wild daffodil symbolizes rebirth and the arrival of spring, so let's celebrate that with our eyeshadow. For the eye colors, I'm going to try to play with both sets that came in and see what we can come up with. Start with a base that's very muted, and I think the Nana Pudding might be the right color for me to put around my crease and keep my hooded eyes at bay. And you can just try that and see if that works. Oh, I have a trick for you guys. The fluffier this is, the least amount of product will be deposited into your skin. So sometimes you'll find that a color looks a certain way, but it doesn't deposit as richly. It's because you used too fluffy a brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try this other color right here, the bread pudding instead. Much darker, much deeper, since I'm using this, because I want that area to recede. As I apply a soft yellow shade to the inner corners, you can see how the colors reflect the idea behind the daffodil. So then I need a golden shade to go right in the middle, and I wanted it to be a little warm gold. Let's try chia pudding instead. It's very subtle. Everything about this look is subtle. It is spring, and I just want it to be a happy, joyous, natural, diaphanous look, which I can achieve with my super tricky, it's a NYX, so very inexpensive, and it's a jumbo pen, and I'm going to waterline right here. And I think that is the game changer for the daffodil look. The Wet n Wild palette, get a super precise brush. I'm going with the darkest color they have, and I'll try to line my eyes. So not super winged, as natural as possible, minus the white on your eye. And let's see how that works. So there you have it. This is the Physicians Formula, you guys. I've never bought this brand before, but it's a grocery store brand here in the US. And it has such a pretty scent to it. If you don't mind scent, it smells like perfume, like a sunflower perfume. And it's quite iridescent. I will pile on the iridescence. I want my skin to look like the petals of the daffodils. Many flowers, when you look at the flower with the sun shining on it, you see the shimmer, and that's exactly what I'm going for. And you see this has a little bit of a rosier tint, even though it's just beige, but it will smooth out and give me a little bit more color on my cheeks. It's supposed to be just a highlighter, but I can do whatever I want, whatever makes me happy. I'm gonna try to be very precise and put a little bit over here and over here. Like I said, I want a diaphanous look. Okay, what do you think? Would you try the daffodil look? I think it's lovely, and especially with the gray hair. I hope you enjoyed the story of Narcissus, and remember, it's cautionary tale. So let's use this inspired makeup look to embrace our natural beauties and appreciate the love and kindness of those around us.